So we still don't know who died in Gretchen Whitmer's nursing homes and how many.
Every action we took was based on the best science and the best information available to protect people and to save lives.
Remember, I paid $3,147.90 to Whitmer's lawyer, Dana Nessel, to get those public documents, the science and data.
Here's a dime, so call someone who cares.
Nessel cashed my check, but still no documents, so I sued. And 272 days later, they finally arrived.
What concerns people the most is when you have that lack of transparency, and that's certainly what we have in this case.
And guess what we've learned? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. 596 pages of redactions. More redactions than the Epstein files. She's claiming attorney-client privilege. I paid essentially $5.25 per blank page.
Enormous redactions for some of the most important information that people would want to know.
Like the caper with Kornak the embezzler. Allegedly. Nessel's covering it up.
Stop touching me.
What happened to the woman's
Stop
money?
touching me.
Don't believe me? Here's the Loon of Lansing back in 2022 telling a group of nursing home lobbyists to keep the champagne coming. She's got their backs.
And I'm just tired of hearing it regurgitated over and over and over again that terrible things happen at your facilities. It's not true. But I said I was going to do everything I could to hold your industry accountable. And as it turned out, I discovered your industry was doing a phenomenal job. And there really wasn't much accountability to be had. I mean, that's the truth.
Is that the truth? Is it? Then what are you hiding underneath all these redactions? And to be honest, I expected them. That's why we're going to the court, all the way to the Supreme Court, ladies. How many dead? Now that we've proven that Attorney General Dana Nessel participated in the cover-up of the abuse of a brain-damaged nursing home resident during COVID, and Governor Whitmer. That was a subliminal. That was totally. I don't play those games. Stop tweeting that. It got in the brain. Anyway, Governor Gretchen Whitmer. While Whitmer stood idly by, it's time to address the MAMMOTH scandal. What about the 130,000 other people in the long-term care facilities who were locked away in the darkness of the pandemic? How many died? And what did they die from? Loneliness? A lot of people claim that. Or was it COVID contracted from the infected people that Whitmer ordered into the nursing homes? I have to, an aside here. How nuts is this? Okay, you ruin my kid's life. You ruin everybody's kid's life. You lock them in their rooms unless you could afford private school. Then they got to go to school. You locked them away. You shut down businesses. We printed money to keep everybody eating, all in the name of what? Protecting the elderly. So let's think about this. Why don't we take the infected elderly and put them in the same fucking building with the healthy elderly? Okay. How many's dead? We never got the answer. And I suspect a massive cover-up is being conducted at the highest level of state government. Now, some quick background. In August of 2020, the Department of Justice, United States Department of Justice, opened a civil rights investigation into 5 governors, including Whitmer, who ordered nursing homes to accept people contaminated with COVID. Among other things, the feds demanded Michigan's nursing home death and infection data, as well as Whitmer's scientific reasoning for commingling the sick with the healthy. Whitmer's team responded about a month later, but the public was never told what Whitmer sent to the DOJ. So I sent a public records request to Whitmer's lawyer, Dana Nessel, last April. First, Nessel demanded that I pay an outrageous sum of $3,147.80, you can keep the dime, in order to get those documents. So we paid. More than 200 days went by, and I received nothing. That's illegal. Michigan's Freedom of Information Act clearly states she had 21 days to produce the goods. So I sued. Now, finally, after 272 days, I received a thumb drive from Nessel's office containing 596 pages of nothing. Nearly all the documents were redacted. Think about that. After years of bombarding the public with a vomit of COVID data, suddenly that data has become a state secret. What was not redacted was my demand letter, the DOJ's demand letter, and interestingly enough, the Michigan State Senate's subpoena demanding Whitmer's response to the DOJ, the very same thing I asked for. I can't find that. I don't know if they ever got it. Return the call, Senate. Beyond a few, not on that one. Wait a minute, not on that one. Wait a minute, not on that one. Oh, here we go.
There's a Christina on that one.
Here we go. Besides a good morning, Christina, and thanks, Bob, Nessel blacked everything out, hiding under a blanket of attorney-client privilege. Now, I got a Doberman of an attorney, Phil Ellison, who will take my complaints over the cost, the delay, and the Nixonian redactions all the way to the Michigan Supreme Court, if that's what it takes. We deserve to know what happened to our loved ones. Can I get amen?
Amen.
We deserve better end-of-life care in Michigan, not a cover-up. Now remember, Whitmer claimed she was making pandemic-era decisions on science and data, and the flopping fish of corporate media swallowed her asininity hook, line, and sinker. Not me. I sued Whitmer and Nessel in 2021 for that supposed science and data. I won that case just as I will win this one, and I was shocked to learn there was no reliable data. Remember all that bullshit? Day after day, radio, TV, newspaper, printing shit. Didn't understand any of it. Clusters. How many died in the fucking nursing home? Nursing homes simply made up numbers to make their facilities look better than they were, and Whitmer dutifully printed it and then dutifully defended it. When I exposed the scandal, it was made up data. The Michigan House of Representatives ordered a full audit of the nursing home debt. And what did the state Auditor General find? That long-term facility death toll was 43% higher than Whitmer was telling the public. It was as bad as Cuomo's New York, maybe worse, because Cuomo stopped doing it after 40 days, and Whitmer let it go on all through the pandemic. Disregarding the auditor's report, Nessel delivered the keynote address at the annual convention of the Michigan Nursing Home Lobby. I kid you not. Roll it.
And I'm just tired of hearing it regurgitated over and over and over again that terrible things happen at your facilities. It's not true.
But how would she know it's not true? Nessel refused then, as she does now, to conduct the most cursory investigation. She refutes the auditor's findings as comparing apples to oranges. Apples to oranges. Human beings are not apples and oranges. She redacts entire documents. She takes money from the nursing home owners rather than investigating credible allegations that the nursing homes may have funneled COVID profits to subsidiaries while providing extremely poor quality care. Nessel, who aided and abetted the alleged financial rape and mental abuse of the late Rose Burd, must step aside or be moved aside. And Whitmer? I'm a patient man. Justice is a right, not an option.